Today, I will share an overview of Proloquo, an augmentative and alternative communication application available on the Apple App Store. The purpose of this presentation is to show how Proloquo supports communication for students with disabilities and how I use interactive storytelling through News to You and unique learning systems to make language development more meaningful in my classroom. This presentation focuses on features, benefits, limitations, classroom applications, and how the app meets the needs of non-speaking and emerging speakers. Proloquo is a symbols-based application created for individuals who are non-speaking or have limited verbal abilities. The app supports early communication and expressive language through a well-organized, research-informed vocabulary system that works on both iPads and iPhones. This creates an opportunity for communication to happen across environments with the same tools. Assistive Weird describes Proloquo as a system developed to grow with learners while supporting motor planning, core vocabulary, and consistent placement for words to help students build fluency over time. Proloquo includes several features that support learners with autism, intellectual disabilities, and other communication needs. The layout centers core vocabulary, which allows students to access high-frequency words that help them build sentences and express wants, needs, and thoughts. The app includes a quick access to fringe vocabulary, which makes it easier for students to talk about classroom routines, people, activities, preferred items. Proloquo provides flexible voice options so students can choose voices that represent them. The app also includes grammar support, automatic word forms, customizable buttons, and secure cloud syncing for consistency across devices. These features help students communicate more independently and with more confidence. Proloquo helps students participate in learning activities, routines, and social interactions. Students communicate through symbols, which reduce communication frustration and increase engagement. The consistent motor planning approach allows students to develop automacy since words stay in the same location. This removes the cognitive load of searching through pages. Students can focus on creating messages, practicing functional communication, and engaging with peers. Research shows that symbol-based AAC systems help students improve expressive language, literacy skills, and participation in instruction when implemented consistently and modeled by adults. Proloquo is powerful, yet it has limitations. Students need consistent modeling from adults throughout the day. The app requires dedicated onboarding and practice, which means teachers must build routines around modeling core vocabulary. Vocabulary organization can feel overwhelming at first for staff who are still learning AAC systems. Families sometimes need extra training to support communication at home. Device access can also be a barrier for schools with limited technology. These limitations do not reduce its impact. They highlight the importance of practice, exposure, and team collaboration. Proloquo becomes more meaningful when it is paired with intentional classroom instruction. One activity I use consistently is interactive storytelling with News to You and unique learning system stories. My students respond well to visual supports and symbols-based instruction. The symbols in News to You and unique learning system stories look similar to AAC symbols on Proloquo, which creates a natural bridge for communication. Students participate actively rather than sitting and listening passively. During story time, I project the News to You or unique learning system story on the board. I read each page slowly and pause during targeted vocabulary words. Students come up to the board and select the symbol that represents the next word in the story. After they select the symbol, I encourage them to match the same word on their AAC device. This gives students an opportunity to practice navigation, motor planning, and expressive communication with raw materials. Students then model the action from the story, which helps them connect movement, vocabulary, and comprehension. Students answer WH questions as we move through the story. For example, they answer who was in the story, what the character is doing, where the activity is happening, and how the character feels. Students use their Proloquo devices to answer these questions. This builds comprehension and expressive language skills. It also provides opportunities for me to model language back to them using their device. The format encourages turn-taking, social connection, participation, and shared attention. Storytelling becomes predictable, engaging, and accessible for every learner. Interactive storytelling works well for students with autism and emerging communication abilities because the routine is visual, predictable, and hands-on. Students see the symbols on the board, use the symbols on their AAC, and act out the motion with their bodies. This provides repetition across modalities. Students practice expressive language without pressure. They gain confidence in navigating their devices. They learn how to answer questions through experiences rather than memorization. Proloquo becomes meaningful because it is used inside a real learning context. Proloquo supports communication for students who need symbol-based language across the school day. Students build expressive language, practice motor planning, and communicate feelings, needs, and ideas more independently. The app supports participation in academics, routines, and social interactions. Proloquo gives students a voice that can travel with them everywhere. This strengthens independence, agency, and self-advocacy. The app supports students with autism, intellectual disabilities, apraxia, and other communication differences. The combination of Proloquo and interactive storytelling helps students build language in meaningful and developmentally appropriate ways. Proloquo is an AAC application designed to support communication for non-speaking and emerging speakers. The app provides core vocabulary, flexible communication, customization, and consistent motor planning to support expressive language. Limitations exist, however, the benefits are significant when the app is paired with modeling and intentional instruction. Interactive storytelling through News2You and unique learning systems enhances engagement and gives students a meaningful way to practice communication. The combination of Proloquo, visuals, routines, and hands-on participation helps students develop real language skills they can use across the entire school day. And here are my sources. Thank you for listening to this presentation on using Proloquo and News2You and unique learning systems in combination to further support your learners' communication needs.